Okay, now let's try to solve the first question. What does it say? It says normally it is observed that 30% of the investors in the financial market have a broker for trading. What do? You make a recent survey. You're surveying the investors in the financial market. There are 50 investors you choose, and then you ask them, do you use a broker for your transactions? So, what will be their result answer? They say, yes, we use, or no, we don't use. So, it's a binomial outcome. Only two things happen. Okay. So, of the 50 people, 12 of them said, yes, we have. So, the remaining 38 said, no, we don't use them. Right? Now comes the question, can we say that the people or the number of people who use a broker has come down, or the probability that somebody will use a broker is not 30% but less than 30%? So can we come up with that situation or not? That's the question. So what we normally do is we try to write down what is given details. Okay, what are the given details? Because we need to know the proportion that is there or listed down. So what are the given details? The first detail is it says 30% use, right? So probability or proportion. It's called probability or proportion. Using, what is that? A broker, right? Probability or proportion that uses a broker. How many are there? 30%, right? 30%, which is same as 0.3. So there are also more details given. What is it? How many samples did we take? Total samples. How many samples did we take? We took 50 people. How many said yes, right? Using or people number using a broker. 12 people are using a broker. From this, I can find the probability. Okay, the probability or proportion using a broker in the sample from data. We are trying to get this from the data. How do I get it? Equal to 12 divided by 50. So yeah, when I divide process, 0.24 is 12 divided by 50, because 12 people are using in the sample out of 50 total people in the sample. 12 divided by 50 is 0.24. So I now continue with my testing process, which is step 1. What is the first step? Hypothesis. Stating the hypothesis. So always remember, hypothesis has two parts, H naught and there is HA, right? There is always H naught, HA. To make it more easy for understanding and writing, I always write HA first, okay? Because HA is nothing but what is given in the question, right? So what is given in the question? The question says, has it reduced? Reduced, yani what is it? It is down or up? Down, less, right? So reduce means less. So I go to HA and say pi, that proportion pi is less than, which one? 30. Is less than 30. Okay. So value which is 30. I say I put enter, so I get pi is less than 30. The null H naught is always exactly opposite to the alternate with the equal to sign. All null will always have equal, alternate will never have equal. Okay, remember that also. So H naught dot dot pi is now greater than equal 30. That's it. Yes, okay. Now let's go to the step 2. Step 2 is simple. Step 2 is about significance or alpha. Significance or alpha. Alpha is 0.05 or 5%. 0.05 or 5%. That's given in the question. It's given in the question. Why do we need this? Because we need this to make our decision rule. We need alpha to make our decision rule. And now this particular testing, are we testing on one side or both sides? When we say less than, it's only one side or both sides? Both sides. Do we also need to test greater than also? No need. So it is one side. So alpha is 0.05 and this is a one tail testing or one tail test. Which side? Less than means left. So one tail test or left tail test. Okay, it's a one tail left test or a left tail test. Let's go to step 3. Step 3 is decision rule. Now for doing a pi proportion testing, we use the Z test. Okay, we use the Z values. So we use Z values to make decision. Okay, we use the Z value to make a decision. Yes, I want decision. Now, which means I have to get the Z output, right? I have to get the Z output. Where do I get it? Go to Megastat. In that probability, in that normal distribution. So if you go to Megastat, probability, normal distribution, I will get the decision rule, okay, the rule or the condition. To doing it, let's go to data, Megastat, probability, normal distribution. Probability and normal distribution. So select normal distribution. Now we want to find the value of Z. So calculate Z. Make sure you're using calculate Z. By default, it comes to 5%. And we also want 5%, so just don't disturb it. Okay. Just leave it at 5. If they ask some other percentage, 7%, 8%, then you have to change this. Okay. These two will be same. Don't change anything here. Mean 0, standard deviation 1 because it is standard normal form. Okay. Standard, these two always 0 and 1. Now we want which side? Lower, upper, two tail, left side. Left yani lower side. So we want lower. I don't say any shading. This one you can use whatever you want. Okay, you can use anything you want. I don't like shading. I'm just plain. Okay, so I press OK. So now I will get the distribution and it will tell me which is accept and which is reject area. Now because it is left tail, right? So all this area. Oh, this area fully is my this part. This part is my reject area. If I get the value on the left side, I will reject. If it comes on the right side, that is more than 1.64, I will accept the null. Okay, so the critical value is minus 1.64. So I go to proportion and I now write the decision rule. If the Z calculated is more than is that critical, which is minus 1.64, then accept the null H naught. Okay, so this is my rule. The step, the step 4. Step 4 is the calculated Z. How do we get the calculated Z? Again, we will use Megastat. Go to Megastat, hypothesis testing, proportions. So if you go to proportions, you will get this test answer. Okay. So where is it? Data, Megastat, hypothesis, proportions. Proportion versus hypothesized value. Oops. Proportions versus hypothesized. Yeah. Proportion versus hypothesis value. So data, Megastat, hypothesis test, proportion versus hypothesized value. Now here we need to, oh my god, it's gone to the other. Another Excel. It's okay. So what is the number of people proportion that is observed? So we observed 0.24, right? What is the hypothetical value? We say 0.30. And how many people did we take? 50 people. What is our alternate? Less than. Not recording, and then I will press. So don't bother about the background here. This is from another sheet, okay? Don't bother about the background here. Press OK, and I will get the answer in my regular Excel sheet. So what do I get here? So it gives us the clear detail, right? So it says 12 people were there. It should be actually 15. If 30% means it should be 15, but we have only 12 people. So what is our Z value? Minus 0.93. Our Z value is minus 0.93. So this is that calculated. This is that calculated. Minus 0.9 will be somewhere here, right? It will be somewhere around here. So it is in the accept area or the reject area? It's in the accept area. Ah, 0.9 is somewhere here. So right side is accept, left side is reject. So it's in the accept area. So this is our Z calculated. Z calculated is in accept area. So I will just copy the last two answers here. Z value and P value, copy, and I will go here and I will put it in the calculated. So this is the calculated value. So calculated is in the accept area, right? It's in the accept area. So we will accept the null. Another way is look at the P value. If P value is more than alpha, accept the null. You can also look at the p-value. So if p-value is more than the alpha, then you accept null. Here it is, p-value is 0.17, right? So our alpha is 0.05. This is alpha. So alpha is very small, 5, that is 17. So again, we will accept the null. So let's now write the conclusion. So what is our conclusion? Conclusion is we accept the null, right? We accept the null. What does the null say? The null says the value of proportion is more than or same as 30%, right? More than or same as 30%. It means the proportion of people using a broker is 30% or more. It is 30% or more. Now you might think we got 24%, why is it not a reject condition? The reason is this proportion value is an average value. It is not a single value. It consists of other numbers. So maybe the average is probably from, let's say, 20% to 40%, anywhere between 20 and 40. Okay. So between 20 and 40 is acceptable, means 24 also comes inside the accept area, right? So that's the reason. Okay. So what is the implication? We will say at 5% significance, there is no evidence that the proportion or probability or proportion of using broker has reduced. It is same or more than 30%.